Hello, friends. Welcome back to Football Manager 24, and welcome back to Català FC and the Catalan Only Challenge. It is the 17th of February in 2024. We have a couple games to catch you up on before we get into a doubleheader of live com games today against top of the table fellow Sant Andrew and Sagunto after them. So, after the game against Valencia B, which was, of course, a 2-2 draw, we had another 2-2 draw away against Alzira. Another one that kind of got away from us. We gave up 2 goals early, got 2 back to tie it, but ended up, of course, only coming away with 1 point here. Had the XG and obviously the possession advantage, story of our season. Then we played Lanusia at home and we beat them 5-2. Goals from Arumi, a brace from Peke Polo, Pau Resta, and Ivan Bustamante, all with goals. And then most recently a home match against Cerdanyola, where we won. Again, no clean sheet. Haven't had a clean sheet. Just one. So we haven't had one since the beginning of December, and before that it was the middle of October. And so we, again, just not keeping clean sheets here at all. But Copotun got a brace, Sander Bayero, Ibai Reches. One thing you may notice if you look really closely is that there's somebody missing from our team sheets. Well, from our most recent team sheet, and that is that Mark Domenech, one of our lone star defensive midfielders, has been recalled back to Sabadell. They were upset that we were not playing him as a center mid enough, even though he had dropped the issue. We played him there enough that he felt satisfied by it, but then he still got recalled by Sabadell. On the bright side, well, maybe on the bright side, I don't know what we're going to make of it really, but we have agreed to sign him at the end of his contract on a free transfer. So Mark Domenech will be coming back to the team. He's listed as 3-star, has lots of potential beyond this, is still a very young player, and is a leading person, or leading ability for this current level. So as he gets better, he will certainly be able to play at the next level. And while we're at it, we can take a look because we also have another free transfer agreed for the end of a contract. This is another guy who will be joining us, Alex Almanza, a left-sided player, a winger, maybe even a fullback, very similar to Astal's, right? David Astal's, but on the left side instead of on the right side. Is left-footed only, quite quick for this level, good determination, you like to see that, and can play all up and down the left wing. Could decently enough play wing back when he joins, or fullback, but mostly will be playing probably as an advanced player. And we're still at the top of the table. 23 matches played, 11 to go here in this 18-team league. We play 34 matches in total. We have a 4-point lead here over Sant Andrew. Alicante are 3 points behind them, and Valencia B, who have actually struggled quite a bit of late, are 3 points behind them. So our main competition keeps changing. At one point it was Terrassa who were up at the top with us. Of course, Valencia B were looking very strong. Now Sant Andrew, a semi-professional side who are having just an excellent season, are right there. They're hot on our tail, so we really need to have a good result here today against another team that whose logo features the Catalan flag. So this will be our team today. Stalls back at fullback. Ibai Reches and him have a good partnership on the right side. Hopefully that doesn't leave us too exposed at the back. In fact, maybe I'll just drop Villanova to a cover. That's maybe slightly more cover for Stalls, who is much more inclined to go forward. But Pau Resta, Joel Arumi, very, our classic back four. Bayero has become an everyday starter in Domenech's absence alongside Soldevila. Hernandez is back from his injury, Reches and Kopotun on the wings, and Peke Polo leading the team with 18 goals in our only competition. We only play in the league in this season, and Kopotun pretty closely behind him with 14. Although Kopotun's average ratings overall are much better. He's been our best player this season alongside Arumi, just in terms of average rating. But yeah, we'll start out in our low press. We'll see if we can get off to a good start, and if not, we will switch to our more intense system. Playing on key highlights today because we're going to play 2 matches, and don't be confused. I know that it looked like St. Andrew have very similar uniforms to our home uniforms, the yellow and red. We are in blue today. So this is actually starting as a highlight for them, and it finishes as a highlight for them, although I saw the the linesman's flag go up behind the graphic, so that goal does not count, although an early sign of danger here from St. Andrew. 25 minutes in, and we really not only have not had any chances, we barely have any of the ball, so we are going to switch to our more pressing tactic, although that looked like it was almost a highlight that was going on behind, but it came to nothing there in the end. A throw in for us here, Astal's on the right side into Reches, Bayero, across to Soldavila on the right side of the pitch, up to Astal's, Bayero in towards Reches, who is taken down in a heap. That looks like it's a penalty. Peke Polo is our penalty taker, I believe. Soldavila is our penalty taker. He steps up to the ball, sends it to the left side, and it's a goal. We have a 1-0 lead here. A very key early goal in the first half. We take the lead. Now, we have something to protect, which has not always been our strong suit, but at least we're not chasing here in the early going. 1-0 Català, and our lead at the moment in the live table is 6 points. 7 points, I should say. Our possession has shot up here in the second part of the first half as Reches nearly puts the ball in the back of the net. Unlucky, but he ended up shooting it directly at the goalie there. A very high percentage chance there. First highlight of the second half here, Astal sends a corner into the near post, and another penalty is called on St. Andrew. Soldavila will step up again with a chance to double the lead here in the 54th minute. The run-up sends it straight down the middle. Jaime Gonzalez goes to the side. Oriol Soldavila with another penalty goal. It is 2-0 Català. Very happy with how the game has gone since we switched to the more high-pressing tactic. That clearly is working better for us in this game as Kopotun pokes home, took a deflection off the shot or the pass from Reches, and Kopotun is in the right place, right time, and it is a third goal. 3-0 Català here. Naranjo takes it up the wing here in this highlight, but he loses possession as the team steps back off. We have dropped to our lower intensity tactic now that we have a lead here. Although, of course, that may invite more pressure than we want. We'll see how this highlight goes. They're passing it around us quite well, as we are conserving energy, not pressing, not chasing the ball nearly as much as we were previously, but we need to reserve some of our energy for the rest of this season as he heads over the bar. That is a chance for them, though. '89th minute, another chance for them, although even if they score here, I'm not going to make any changes to the tactic. happy with how this has gone so far. As the ball comes up back off the cross, off the post, straight across the face of goal, but it's cleared away. As the time is ticking down, 1 minute left. And not only do we get all 3 points at the top of the table, we get a clean sheet, something that we have been looking for quite a while. Iker Alvarez finally with a good rating earns the clean sheet. Resta Villanova with also very good ratings. Soldevila with the 2 penalty goals. Very good performance from us. And let's continue on back to our inbox and on to our next match at home. Next up, we have Sagunto. Full name, does it say? Not really. A Sagunto. Are currently in 9th place. They are a professional side, but are having not as good of a season as, for example, the semi-professional Saint Andrew. We still have a 7-point lead at the top here. We obviously have the goal difference advantage. Saint Andrew and Alicante, Hercules Alicante, are both at 51, Valencia B at 48. So we are just about, guaranteed with 10 matches left to at least be in the playoffs. So we have a 7-point lead with 10 to play. Let's see if we can extend it a little bit more at home against Sagunto. And I just noticed that another one of our loan players is no longer here. Can I go back to my inbox? See that Antunes. Yep. So Yahir Antunes was recalled back to Mallorca for not playing enough. He made 5 appearances for us. Surely all of those were off the bench. Yeah, all of them were off the bench. Mallorca have decided that he was not getting enough time and recalled him. Can't say I blame them, but a bummer that we are down another defensive midfielder. We can get Roger Martinez in, I guess. A couple of these guys haven't even played yet. Lobo and Jovera, they have not played any matches for us. But anyway, other than that, we're going to roll out with the same lineup as last time. Yeah, you know it, you love it. Let's get into it. Because we're one of the best teams or the best team in the league, we always seem to play on Saturday instead of Sunday, which seems to be like the big match day. So we always play ahead of the rest of the teams in the league, almost always. So we don't know what the teams around us are doing, as we have a highlight here early on, just the 4th minute. Astals takes it up Bayero to Soldevila. Arumi across with his right foot to Reches, who taps it into Polo. He may have been offsides. He puts it in the back of the net, and the linesman's flag is up. It will not count in this case. Unfortunately, Peke Polo just barely offsides, it looked like. Hard to argue with it. Still 0-0. A boring first half, but we have a free kick here. It looks like the ball is just nudged in. Hard to tell exactly what happened. They're calling it an own goal, and it appears that it's going to stand. Let's see on this replay. Sends it in across. Polo nudges it back. Kopotun, it just pinballs around. Very unlucky for them. They had like all their guys just standing on the goal line. It hit a couple of them and ended up in the back of the net as we're ticking up towards halftime here. But another highlight has just started for us. Resta up to Soldevila. Has some options. Dumps it to Bolero, who puts it over the top to a surely offsides Kopotun. Yeah, that one was miles off. Will not stand. So that's our second disallowed goal of the match, as surely that'll bring us into halftime. Starting a highlight with a free kick here from a fairly dangerous position. Soldevila stands over it. And he sends it in, and Villanova's there to finish off the rebound. Soldavila forced an amazing save out of Salva, their goalie and captain, but Villanova pounces on the spilled ball and just taps it right in. And we are now up 2-0. We just put in some substitutions here, but before they took effect, a highlight started for them. Cesar Diaz runs up the right wing with it towards Arumi. Villanova clears back to Reches, who charges forward but is dispossessed, gets it back. Bolero to Hernandez, up to Polo. Kopotun has it, dribbles past their defender, into the box, squares it to Polo, who just misses the net. Tonio throws it in to Hernandez, back to Resta, Bayero. Poor pass towards the stalls is intercepted as they are now breaking on the counterattack. Just chaos as we try to regroup and account for all their guys, and we are not able to account for everybody as Akraf Mahdi scores the counterattacking goal, and our lead is back down to just one goal. Just the one goal cushion here as the time is ticking away. On the 90th minute here, I will take off Resta for Jordi Soleil. And I would love it if the time would just keep bleeding. They've changed their formation. It does not appear that it is going to do anything. We take this one at a score of 2-1. 2 wins from 2 here in this episode. Another dominant possession. It would have been unfair. It would have felt unfair if we didn't come out with all 3 points. 66% of the possession, 88% pass completion, 14 shots to 5, even though only 3 of them were on target, and all 3 points for Català. So I just simulated here to the next day and got all the rest of the results from around the league, and our lead at the top of the table is still only 7 points, but Valencia B have leapfrogged Saint-Andrew, who fall to 4th place after 2 consecutive losses, this time to Terrassa at home by a score of 1-0. Valencia B got all 3 points against Eulalia, right? And Alicante won 5-goal thriller against Lanusia away. So we're still 7 points here at the top with 9 to play. So we're looking good, but the team that's most chasing us keeps switching up, and we can look here down the rest of the way for us. Clean sweep here in February. We got all 12 points after only picking up 3 points in January. So great to start to the year here, and we play Alicante at home coming up. So I think just because again they're in second place all of a sudden, we will come back for this game in a couple of weeks, and hopefully, as we get into March, we should get our youth intake, which of course for the Català only challenge is very important. It'll be our first round of youth players that can come into the ranks and that will, be the lifeblood of this club going forward. Hopefully we get some good players who can carry us up the ranks, as we need to start raising some money as well, not just players who will play, but players who we can sell on in order to make the club more sustainable. So with that, I will leave you. Thanks for watching. Please remember to please subscribe. It really helps with getting more eyes on these videos. I've, again, been really enjoying this season so far. We've been pretty dominant. I look forward to hopefully getting promoted immediately into the next division and having a little bit more challenge that we have to face, especially as we are not able to sign nearly that many players. Again, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Take care.